The Rambler Network.
Okay, first off, put down your pitchforks. I know you see the title of this, and your immediate thought is, but the Switch is a great console. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna address the title of this episode. Why the Switch will never be my main console. For starters, it was for years. And then I got a PS5. So I'm telling you my history with the from 2020 onward. I had in March 2020 I bought a Switch, the original Switch. Right at the beginning of the pandemic I bought the Switch. And that was my main console until about I want to say December 2021. I dropped it down 2 flights of stairs and it broke, and I bought an OLED. And then that was my main console until the following year, Christmas 2022, and a friend bought me a PS5 as a Christmas gift. And then that's been my main console ever since. And then I had the OLED until rather recently, December 2025, a couple months ago. I bought the Switch 2 and gave my OLED to my sister. So I've had plenty of experience with the Switch, and it's a great console. Like the original Switch, the OLED, and especially the Switch 2. Like, as much as I like the Switch 2 is like, it's like a whole other generation or something. It's like a whole upgrade. Uh, but I have reasons for not making it my main console. Well, there's two main ones. Okay, first off, there is the reason that people criticize me for. I will say second. The first reason I'm going to give, lack of streaming apps. The original Switch only had YouTube and Hulu, and Crunchyroll, but I don't use that one. And Hulu's being discontinued anyway, so now they only have YouTube. And the Switch 2 doesn't have any of those. It doesn't have Crunchyroll. Hulu's being discontinued, and there's no YouTube app for the Switch 2. Apparently, they're working on it, but why did it not launch with a YouTube app? That makes no sense. Like, the PS5 has pretty much everything. It has YouTube, it has Hulu, even though it's being discontinued, it has Crunchyroll, but it also has Netflix and Max and Peacock and Paramount Plus, and you get the idea. Uh, yeah, that's kind of a that's kind of a thing that's important nowadays. Nintendo over here acting like it's 2017 or something. Like, why do we need all these streaming apps? Because, everyone has streaming services now. But the reason that people criticize me for, I've talked about this to people, friends, coworkers. I posted on Reddit and got downvoted into oblivion because I don't know why I posted this on Reddit. Um, the lack of achievements. There's no achievement system. Uh, yeah, that is an actual reason. So I had this thing. If there's a game that's on the PS5 and the Switch, I get the PS5 version, and it's mostly because of achievements, trophies on PS5. And yeah, that's that's a big thing. And people are like, "Oh, achievements aren't that important. Why are they're not a big deal?" Okay, yeah, I'm not a trophy hunter. I've had my PSN account since 2013, and I only have 17 platinums. So like, I don't go out of my way to 100% every game I play. And like there there's very few exceptions to that rule I made up about if it's on PS5 and Switch, I'm gonna get the Switch version. I'm gonna get this PS5 version. Well, yeah, very few exceptions. For example, Just Dance. I have Just Dance on Switch, and that's where I play it because of the Joy-Con motion control thing. You can dance with the motion controls as opposed to PS5 Just Dance, where you have to download the Just Dance app on your phone and then hold the phone while you dance, which I don't like that. They have this new thing. It's a cool concept. It's kind of like having. It's kind of like the Kinect, where it uses the camera on your phone, but like you still have to download an app to your phone. And I did try that, but I don't have enough space. You have to have like a lot of space. And like, even though I was like 5 feet away, I could only get like 5 feet away from my TV, and I was still too close to it. You have to like stand way back, and I don't have the room for that. If I had the room, I would probably just use that. I might use Just Dance on PS5 if I had the space and could use that app for the camera and basically do a Kinect version. Because yeah, the best version of Just Dance I've ever played was on Xbox when they had Kinect compatibility. And now they got rid of it because people hate it, because people like to complain, and that's why we can't have nice things. I like the Kinect version of Just Dance because you actually had to dance. Before that, I was playing it on PlayStation 3, and I had the PlayStation Move wand, and I realized I just had to like flail my right hand around, and it would count. I get 5 stars on everything, and I'm just flailing my arms around. Literally, the reason I switched to Xbox 360 was for Just Dance, and then I was with Xbox for the longest time. I had Xbox 360, then I had Xbox One, and yeah. And the reason I went back to PlayStation was because they got rid of the Kinect, and I couldn't play Just Dance the way I wanted to. And one of my best friends is on PlayStation, and she was like, "When are you coming back?" And I'm like, "Never." They got rid of the Kinect. Hey, I'm gonna go back to PlayStation. She's actually the one that got me the PS5. So yeah, when I told her I was thinking about getting a PS5 that Christmas, she got me a PS5. So yeah, one game series really influenced my playstyle and the system I played on. Because I literally swapped consoles for Just Dance. And that's like the one exception to, if it's on both, but I play it on the Switch. I mean, it's not the only exception. Because like I said, I had the Switch for a few years before I had the PS5. So I didn't know I was gonna get a PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. I was like, I can only afford a Switch, so I'm only gonna have a Switch. And so I did buy several games. I have a bunch of games digitally that are on both. I own every single Shantae game on Switch because I love that series. And you would think I would buy them on PlayStation, but no, every time they're on sale, like I have every one of them on my wish list on PlayStation, but yeah, they're on sale all the time for like $5, and every time I put it in my cart thing and I'm about to buy it, I'm like, do I want to? They feel like Switch games. It feels right playing those games on Switch. And I know I could be playing it on PlayStation, probably have better graphics and getting trophies, but I don't know. It just feels like a Switch game, even though obviously it's not. Kind of another exception is the Ori games, Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I said technically because it's not on both, but it's on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. So what I was gonna do, because I have the Switch and I have the PlayStation 5, I was gonna get a Xbox Series X so that I had all three consoles of the current gen. But Xbox keeps putting its exclusive games on PlayStation. Like they put when I had the Xbox, I don't even like racing games, and I love the Forza Horizon games. And then I saw it was on. They put it on PlayStation, Forza Horizon 5. I'm like, heck yeah, and I bought it. And then Forza Horizon 6 is coming to PlayStation, and it's like, okay, it's no longer an exclusive. And then last year they announced Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to PlayStation, and I'm like, what are you doing, Microsoft? Now there's no reason to own an Xbox now. There's very few exclusives on Xbox that are exclusive to Xbox now that I feel they're worth it. Ori, the two Ori games are really good games. Like as soon as they dropped on Switch, I did not hesitate. And if they make a third one, I am also not hesitating. But I looked that up a couple years ago, and it doesn't look like they're going to. At least a couple years ago, it didn't look like. I haven't looked them up in a while. But it looks like they're not making a third Ori game. I really hope they do. But I don't think they are. But anyway, back to Switch. I mostly use the Switch for exclusive titles like, Mario, Zelda. In fact, one of my favorite games on the Switch 2, if not my favorite game on the Switch 2, is Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I want to do a whole episode just on that game, so I won't talk about it too much. And yeah, kind of counteracting with the whole Xbox thing, I have the Switch for the exclusives. You're never going to see a Zelda or Mario game on the PlayStation. Oh, maybe a clone. There's like Zelda and Mario-like games, but they're not the actual Mario games. So the only way to play those games is on an actual. Well, I was gonna say there's emulations, but I don't do that. People are like, "Oh, why don't you just emulate?" No, I'm not going to. The only way to officially play those games are on a Nintendo console. Which makes it more baffling why Xbox is putting its exclusives on other systems. I know Microsoft and Nintendo have always been friendly, which kind of makes sense why Microsoft was putting its exclusive games on Switch. But then they started putting it on PlayStation, and I was like, okay, well, what are you doing? I think it's funny though is it's like Microsoft gives Nintendo Ori, and then Microsoft's like, can we get a little bit of the Zelda? And Nintendo's like, haha, that's cute. But like the whole point of this little rant thing, it's kind of a Rambling Rambler. I'm rambling. I have a starting topic, and then I digress. If only I had a podcast meant specifically for digressing. This is more for that. This is more. Digressor started out being completely random, and now it has more structure, and that's kind of why I made this podcast. It's like, Digressor kind of strayed away from its original path, and I like the direction it went. This is kind of taking what it started out as to the extreme, and where basically there's a starting topic, and I'm just kind of talking. Minimal editing. I'm editing out stuff, like gaps, pauses, stuff like that. But like, I'm not trying to structure this as like I'm a professional podcaster. I have 4 podcasts and a network. I am not a professional. It's funny. I still say, like there's a real podcaster over there, and people are like, "You're a real podcaster." Like, no, I'm not. Ow. See. Anyway, what was I talking about? Switch. Yes, Switch 2. Uh, you know what? I did an episode on Digressor about the Switch. I don't remember what I talked about in there. But things have changed since then. There's been a whole other console drop. I do highly recommend it. I feel like the Switch 2 is more accessible than the Switch was because it took me a long time to find a Switch. I think it's kind of I it's kind of ironic that I got it when I did because I I ordered it before the shutdown and it arrived after the shutdown. I think I ordered my Switch on Amazon like March 10th or something, and by the time it arrived, the whole world had shut down. And I'm like, this couldn't have arrived at a better time. And it's like it took forever to arrive, and it took me forever to find one because they kept running out. And I actually went in person and bought my Switch. And I was at Target today with a friend. We went and saw Iron Lung, and we went to Target after because it was Metron, and there was a Target like right there. So I was looking for an SD card. We were past the gaming section, and she goes, "Should I get a Switch 2?" And I went, "Yes, yes, you should. There's like 5 of them right there in stock. Grab one right now." And she goes, "I don't have the money." I was like, "Well, when you do, you need to grab one because it's a good system, and I highly recommend it." And so like when I tell people this, like the title of this, like why Switch will never be my main console, they're like, so you hate the Switch? It's not like a console. You're just hating Nintendo. Like no, that's nothing like that. Like I say nothing but good things about the Switch. And yeah, if something were to happen to the PS5, then yeah, obviously it'd be my main console. I mean, but hopefully nothing happens to that. Uh, if I were to get an Xbox Series X, which I'm not planning to now, but if I were to, then my main console would be the PS5, obviously. I am thinking of getting a Steam Deck. For the longest time, I was wanting one, but I didn't want one because because I rarely, if ever, use the Switch in handheld mode. I always have it docked and play it on the TV. And so, like, I didn't want the Steam Deck because I didn't want a handheld. I wanted it to dock, and you can't dock the Steam Deck. And then I was telling one of my friends has the Steam Deck, and I told her that, and she was like, yeah, you can. You just buy the dock separate." I was like, "What?" And then she sent me links to it, and I'm like, oh, okay." So now it's in my Amazon cart. It's been on my Amazon cart for a few months. In fact, it's been on my Amazon cart longer than the Switch 2 was. So I had a choice. The Steam Deck plus the dock costs roughly the same as the Switch 2 and all the accessories. So I had a choice to make, and honestly, it wasn't hard. I did not even stop to think, wait, which one should I get? Obviously I'm getting the Switch 2 first, and then I'm considering the deck at some point. And once I get that, I don't know. Because I don't. All I know is it's Steam games, and I before I had this laptop, I played on Steam pretty frequently. I have a lot of Steam games. I redeem a lot of their free games when they offer them, and usually they're like shovelware type games. I think sometimes they actually do offer good games. I don't know. I don't know a lot of the games they offer. I've never heard of them, and I kind of look at them, and a lot of the reviews are like, it's decent. But I have this laptop now, which gets hot if I even mention the word Minecraft around it. So, yeah, I can't game on this thing. So, I am planning on getting a new laptop, which the one I'm looking at is $2,600. Yeah, uh, I'm getting a MacBook. Last year I switched from Android to iPhone, and then I switched from Raycons to AirPods. I'm planning on getting an Apple Watch, and I have a HP laptop that's from 2015, and I'm gonna get a MacBook. Yeah, I didn't just drink the Kool-Aid. I like chugged the whole pitcher. Picked up the whole pitcher and just downed the whole thing. told a friend, like, okay, fine, I'll try iPhone for a year. If I don't like it, I'm switching back to Android. Like a week later, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sticking with iPhone. So that's a whole other episode altogether. But when I do get that MacBook, I will hopefully be able to start gaming on the, well, I was going to say PC. Would it still be considered PC gaming? Because I know everyone talks about PC, PC versus console, but I know PC is like Windows. Because there's those old commercials. I'm a Mac and I'm a PC. Uh, is it still PC gaming if it's on a Mac? Does that count? Or is it like saying Kleenex when you just mean generic tissue? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I just live here. Anyway, yeah, I just was gonna mention the whole thing about the trophies. Oh, I got so sidetracked. I was talking about the trophies. I don't really care about the trophies. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't go hunting them. So what I do sometimes, uh, I was gonna say, I'll just say this and end it, but I'll probably be talking for another 20 minutes. I don't know. What I do sometimes, if I'm on PlayStation 5 and I'm playing a game and I'm not into it, like usually they'll have like a new free game on PS Plus and I've never heard of it or whatever. I'm playing it, I'm not into it. I'm like an hour into it. I'm like, I'm not really feeling this game. I'll play until I unlock a trophy. Or if I've already unlocked a trophy, I'll go ahead and end it. Because I'm thinking at least it wasn't a complete waste of time. Like I added to my overall trophy number. So it did something. Like I won't just like, it's like, oh crap, I've been playing an hour, I haven't unlocked a trophy. I'm gonna have to grind out until I unlock. What I do is I open the trophy list, sort by rarity, look at the easiest one to get, and I aim for that. If it's too far away, like it's I've been playing an hour and my character's at level 3 and the easiest trophy to get is reach level 10. I've been playing an hour, I'm at level 3, I got to get to level 10. That's a lot of commitment. I don't like this game already. I'm just going to cut my losses and bail. But if like the easiest trophy is like double jump over an enemy or something like that, I don't know. I was like, oh, great. There's an enemy. Double jump. You got a trophy. I'm gonna delete this game now. So, yeah. I'm not addicted. I could stop anytime I want. I just don't want. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a trophy hunter. I don't really care about them. It's like a nice incentive to like try things in games. Well, Nintendo doesn't have that. I mean, they kind of don't need it because like the game itself is fun. Like I've currently put 55 hours into Donkey Kong Bonanza and I've only owned it a month. They don't have to have that incentive with achievements. It just kind of helps, that little bonus thing. A lot of these games on Nintendo, like they actually, I did look it up. Like, are they planning on implementing them? They are not. They've actually put out a statement saying, I don't know if it's a statement. They've actually addressed it. Basically, they said that they feel that takes away from the enjoyment of the game and it's too distracting. So what they do is sometimes they'll have in-game achievements or they'll leave it up to the like third-party games, like they'll have in-game achievements, but they don't have system-wide achievements like Xbox and PlayStation and Steam and Google and Apple games. Honestly, I think Nintendo's the only main gaming source that doesn't do achievements of any kind, and it's a little weird. But yeah, like that's not like so important that I would stop playing it for. Like if Sony were to announce, oh, the PlayStation 6 will do away with trophies altogether, I'm still going to buy it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is outrageous. You've lost a customer. No, it's like, oh, okay, well, that sucks. Anyway, so, like, sometimes when I bring this up, like the trophies, some people get all upset and are like, trophies aren't that important. That's a waste of time. And it's like, what are you, 5? You need that dopamine fix. Yeah, so like I kind of like when a little notification pops up. Like, even though, okay, so like here's the thing. Every time a trophy pops up, even if I know what that trophy is for, and I know what the wording will be, like completed level 1 or did whatever, I still press the PlayStation button and open it up and read it. I don't know why. Like, it's something, like, sometimes I don't even actually take it in. I open it up. It's kind of like habit at this point. Like, I completed a level, and it's like every level you finish is completed level 1, completed level 2, completed level 3. I complete level 10 and a thing pops up. I still open it and I look at it. It's like, I know what it's going to say. Why am I opening it? But, like, yeah, if they were to do away with that, I'm still going to play PlayStation. It's just like a nice little bonus incentive thing. And then I know some people get so worked up if you mention it. Like, Nintendo doesn't have it. Why do they need it? They don't need it. They're doing just fine without it. But if they had it, it would be kind of cool. A nice little bonus. And I don't know, every time it gets brought up, it's like, it's either so many extremes in either direction. Like, it's extreme, I don't need it, or extreme, I have to have it. I'm kind of the extreme, meh, I'm fine with or without it. The extreme, meh. Yeah, I'm definitely a 90s kid. Extreme! Yeah. Now, that's my thoughts on that. I'm just gonna end the episode. I actually need to have like an actual. I said actual like 3 times in a row, maybe 4. Well, that time it would count. I need to have a closing line. I don't want to just say I'm gonna end it right here, like sayonara. Oh wait, I'm gonna come back. So the sayonara is like goodbye for a long time. So I'm gonna say matane. Ow. See, I'm not a real podcaster. I don't know. Matane.
The Rambler Network.